Hello and welcome back to Downtime Activities, and welcome back to our combined Star Wars campaign. When last we left our heroes, or whatever they are, our bounty hunters and force sensitives of the group, they were making a plan for busting a Mandalorian smith, smith being, like, not his last name, but trade, occupation, someone who can forge Mandalorian steel or Beskar, from an Imperial lockup on the world of Mandalore. They have some friends in this pursuit. Of course, Skull, the B-2 battle droid buddy, who will be accompanying them, as well as a Mandalorian named Quar Stoll, who is going to be posing, but not really, as your guys' captured bounty that you're bringing into this lockup, as he does have a pretty sizable bounty, Imperial bounty on his head.
Which is such a fucking hilarious role. He's like, I have a giant bounty.
They want to put me in that box too. And he was so excited for the chance to go and do this. He's all about it.
So I guess standing plan at the moment is we're going to ride the deception as far as we can until either they get wise to it or they try and separate us from Quar.
Which, I haven't done a lot of, like, time in big lockups like this. What's the, like, how far are we expecting to get before they try to take the prisoner away?
I doubt we'll make it all the way to a cell, but hopefully it's not the front lobby.
Fair enough.
But if, whenever they, assuming that we haven't gone loud before that, whenever they try and whenever that moment comes for us to be like separated, that's just
that's the signal.
Yeah,
I gotcha.
Signal.
Remember, no lightsaber. You can punch people as hard as you want, but just don't pull out your lightsaber. Unless it's like real bad.
Isn't my lightsaber my fist?
Well, yeah, but you just don't ignite it. You can still just punch them.
I'm just standing here giving slight looks, trying to manipulate the story to a darker end.
Don't let him get to you.
Okay.
The GM laptop is a gateway to many abilities. Some consider to be unnatural.
You did somehow manage to get these two to essentially arrest themselves.
I did hire you to save them, technically before they needed saving. But that's a story for maybe a bonus action or something at some point.
So I guess we're just going for it.
Okay. Your path set before you. You guys move into your respective positions. Zadra is going to get a little bit of a head start on you guys to kind of get in position, sneak onto this base and do whatever he's going to do. As for the rest of you, you guys are approaching the compound, I assume. Moving up towards it, you can see. Then this guy, he's not wearing his helmet, but Quar, he's not in his helmet, but he's in and he doesn't have you didn't see him in a jetpack when you saw him before, but he doesn't have a jetpack or any of the wrist mounted weaponry on him. He's clearly he's ungloved, bracered and unhelmeted, but the rest of his armor is on, and he's got his hands in these partially shut binders. And he's moving in with you guys with for a variety of weapons.
I want Flopsy and Quar to kind of stay close together since Flopsy's carrying his blaster.
Okay.
That way he has easy access to it.
He has both of his weapons of choice.
I'm gonna pretend to stand behind him
You're the one who's holding him, moving him.
But it's really I'm gonna be here you go.
I guess I'll have Skull on the other side of him.
Okay. So the two heavies look like they're pushing him along. Fair enough.
That way, if he has to just grab one of the guns that Skull's carrying, he can do that as well.
Do that too. Lots of options.
He's got 4 guns just floating
He's
around
within
easy reach.
This one or this
one or this one.
This is no time for gun chopping as we're being shot at.
This is literally my religion. And you guys approach towards this, unless there's any other
I don't think we have any
stuff you're wanting to do, or
no time.
Do you guys have your lightsabers on you?
They're always on my face, but I'm holding a gun.
Well, yours isn't always on your fist. Like yours is like an apparatus you'd pull out and hold. Like it would kind of look like brass knuckles on your hand, but there's enough extra to it that punching with just it wouldn't be very functional. So it's something you have to draw out and use.
It's in my pocket.
Okay.
Which
they might as well have
you have like
I have
satchels and stuff on the belt.
They might as well have them in case they really need them.
Yeah, I've got it like tucked back in like my back pocket.
Your back pocket, huh?
Yeah.
We had this talk already.
Until last episode, if you want to get the whole...
You don't. And moving into
Trust
this,
me,
you guys move towards the kind of outer gates of this Imperial lockup. There's kind of like an outer little like fenced off section, and there's a guy on kind of a raised podium thing who's one of those guys in kind of like the dorky gray like helmet with just the facial goggles, those guys. And he's kind of gonna look over as you guys approach and be like, "State your business," over a little intercom piece.
Bringing in a bounty.
Who do you have? You seem like pulling out a pad looking.
Quarstol.
And don't you forget it, he says. Imperial dog. And the guy's like, checks out. He clicks a button, and the gate opens up. Take him in through to the lobby.
I don't know if that's actually the Quarstol. Put him in a room with an officer and see what he does. That's it.
I got a Hugh J. Dix here. Huge Dix.
I've got a Jenna Tolls here. Jenna Tolls?
you gotta see more butts here.
A Wilma Fingerdew. Anyway, you guys enter into this place, and you can see that there's this guy kind of on this race thing, and then there's a couple like stormtroopers posted outside in this gated off area. You can tell there's probably patrols who go around through here inside the gates and stuff. But you kind of go down a little straight walkway that leads to a set of double doors that, as you walk up, and there's someone there who, because a stormtrooper who kind of touches the side of his helmet and like clicks something on the thing, and the doors open up. Walking on in.
Pacing on in without a moment's hesitation.
You pace on in like you belong.
Because if I stop to think about what we're doing, it's going to seem like a bad idea.
Too late for that now. You're in too deep.
And we're trying to keep all the thoughts in our heads.
Your head's on your shoulders. Don't wanna get murdered. You guys enter in. There's a kind of slightly raised, curved desk, and you can see an Imperial officer sitting behind it. There's a number of stormtroopers in the room. You can see off to one side an automatic small door, and off to the other a larger double set of automatic doors that seem to have kind of like a circular locking mechanism on the center of them. And you can see this officer has like a data pad in front of him. He seems to be working on it as you approach. He says, "Quarstol, huh? Let's take a look. Bring him to me. You'll be paid your bounty soon enough, don't worry, to verify who this is."
That sounds very suspicious. Just kidding.
It sounds a lot like we won't be paid.
I'm gonna like scooch him up with like a gun.
Yeah, the old tough guy.
He kind of like sneers back at you and steps forward, like locks eyes with this guy. You see him like looking at data pad, checks out. Right, and a 20,000 credit bounty. That'll be brought up for you shortly. Take him away. He kind of gestures.
God.
And you can see.
I look at the kid and go, "It was the lobby." As
everyone's just
pulling guns. Hey, let's go ahead. It was the lobby.
Oh, I doubt it'll be a cell. Hopefully it's not the front lobby. But it was the lobby.
It was the lobby.
A classic.
And two stormtroopers are starting to approach inside this room.
Can I see which door they came through?
They were already in here.
Oh, damn. It's probably the big locking door. But you never know.
You never know.
There's two doors in this room. One that leads outside and another one you haven't been through. I'll check the one that goes outside. This is not the way to the prisoner cells. Trap.
Damn. That's like when I walk up to a chest in Skyrim and it says empty and I click on it. Because you never know.
Cool. Oh, camera wiggle.
Oh.
My
I
camera
only
doesn't
ever
wiggle,
notice
wiggle.
it says empty.
It folds.
Oh,
Like,
damn it.
Sorry,
guys.
I've like usually when I notice it says empty, I've already clicked on it. I like click A on it, and then it says empty.
I'm like, ah.
My favorite ones though, it still tells you locked chests are empty.
Yeah.
So you go up and it's like locked, master, empty. And it's like, well, what's the point?
XP.
I guess yeah.
There's no point to it. There is no treasure.
Are we rolling cool or vigilance?
You guys are starting it, so you're rolling cool.
Damn.
Damn.
I'm
How
better.
to
I'm better
fuck
at being ambushed than I am at ambushing.
Welcome to this little...
That's probably good.
So cool is a presence. That'll be these two. Nice. And then your cool. You actually have a point in that. Nice. Which means yours is that.
Vigilance is which
Roll.
stat?
Roll. Okay.
Will. So they've got that. This. Okay. I see you, Quill. I see you. This one is different.
You know, I was also sort of hoping they'd pay us first, but
I mean, maybe I can get
That
back
was
there
too
and
much.
click the enter
Yeah.
button.
Okay.
that was too much to hope for. I guess.
Who's got high stuff?
1 success, 2 advantage.
Does anyone beat 1 success to advantage?
4 advantages.
The advantages are tiebreakers, which means who else doesn't get any successes.
I have 2 advantages.
Your guy's buddy is. Your guy's buddy is 6 advantage.
Damn it!
Useless. That's amazing.
Useless.
And the cool
What
of
a
your.
heck of a roll, though.
He had 3 positive dice, and all 3 rolled 2
I
advantage.
had 2 positive dice and both rolled 2s.
And Skull gets 1 success, so he beats both of you. With his 1 green die, he got to roll. Oh, that's amazing. However, these guys are quick to react as you guys
we have
go for
learned,
your
though,
weapon.
that Skull's usually more on top of things than I am.
That's right. Yours was 1 success, 2 advantage?
Yeah.
Okay. There, in particular, there is a sergeant inside of here, a guy who has one of those yellow pauldron, or orange pauldron things, who, like, immediately sees you reaching for your blaster, and he is, like, on it, like that. And he's going to shoot at you. You have a point of defense, I remember. Ranged,
I do
heavy.
have a point of defense.
Boop, boop, boop. It's short range, but with a setback. And he is using... 5. 1 success, no others, so it will be 11 damage before soak.
Ouch. Ooh. I was already wounded from a couple of days ago, so that's taking 6 is
It's a big hit. This guy draws out a heavy blast rifle and shoots you. Quick, sees you going for the gun and blasts you. From there, so anyway, he starts blasting. From there, it is you.
Okay, I will shoot at Sergeant Man.
So there's inside this room. There's a total of.
Oh, actually, sorry.
Yeah. So there is a officer who's up on this like kind of podium. There are 5 what looks like regular stormtroopers, and this one guy with the pauldron piece.
I'll shoot at the officer.
Okay.
Because I feel like he's the closest one to a panic
To
button.
him. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So I will hit him with my blaster pistol, which is ... And then his... It's like a short range, medium range?
He's going to be short range from you.
Okay.
This blaster. And it's just a light blaster pistol.
Yeah. So then...
Does he have any cover from the podium thing?
He would have
Okay.
cover, so we'll give a setback
Yeah.
Okay, 1
for the
setback.
cover from that.
And then, sorry, how many is that? 2? 3? 2?
What?
At short range?
Short range.
Should
Short range
be
is just 1
1.
difficulty.
Okay, nice.
Other setback die from the cover.
Cool. Ha! 1 success, 3 advantage.
Okay. I believe
So-
light blaster is at 5 or 6.
6 damage.
6, so plus the 1 from your success.
Ooh, and the crit is a
7.
3, right? And that's...
Yeah.
I can spend... Nice.
Well, you can just spend those 3 no matter what.
Right.
Um,
What does the crit do?
You get to give
you
a
can
critical
him
injury to him.
give him a critical injury.
Nice. Okay, cool. Well, then I'll hit him for... It's 6 and then plus 1 from success, right?
It is
7.
6 plus, so it'll be 7 damage.
7
which he
damage.
has a soak of 3, so he'll take 4, which is not enough to kill him.
Okay, but I will also hit him with the critical injury table.
Will you go ahead and pull that if he's already on it? Perfect.
A D100, so.
Hopefully I fucking stun his ass or something. It's like, why didn't you push the panic button? I was very stunned.
Go ahead and roll a D100 for the critical injury he gets. Unless you have vicious on this.
84.
84.
Big rolls.
Winded. Until the end of the encounter, the target cannot voluntarily suffer strain to activate any abilities or gain additional maneuvers.
Okay.
That is an average critical injury.
You blast up and it hits this guy, hits him kind of in the chest and stumbles back behind this desk. Are you moving anywhere or are you staying where you're at?
Am I able to, like, jump over the counter? Or he's up on a podium.
He's kind of, there's 2 sets like of little like half stairs that wind up either side to go up there. So you could like run around to get up behind the desk with him.
Yeah.
Okay. You run up there and you are in the Thunderdome with this man's. After you is him.
No one will see me pull out my lightsaber
as well as the stormtroopers. So he is going to draw out a blaster pistol and fire at you.
Looks around.
But I am engaged.
You're engaged? Did you move up to engage range with him?
Oh, I mean...
You can. It'll make it... It makes it harder for both of you to shoot each other.
Yeah.
Okay. So he is going to fire at you at engage range, which will be... How many rings of range light he's got? Boop. Boop. Do you have any ranged defense?
I believe I have...
Yes, 1 point of defense from your
point of
armor,
defense,
right?
yes.
Yeah, armored clothing, right?
Yes. Because I have the armored clothing.
He misses, but with 3 advantage. 3 advantages.
3 advantages.
He will...
Beep, beep.
He's going to give you a black on your next action.
Okay.
And he's going to give one of these stormtroopers a blue. And now there's 5 stormtroopers, which is a lot.
A lot. It's
So,
a lot of fire.
They've got...
Yeah, hopefully I actually get a turn.
Stormtroopers are using regular blaster rifles. There's 5 of
They're
them.
stormtroopers. Come on.
Stormtroopers in this system
I
are
know,
not a joke.
they're not jokes. I'm just trying to take the edge off of the massive amounts of damage we're
There's
about to
5 of you guys, so one's going to come at each of you. We will start with Meta-G.
Alright, try it.
1 success. So before soak, it is 10 damage.
Oof.
And that was with his point of...
That was with point of defense for a setback die.
Okay, so then it's soak, and then it's my brawn as well. Right?
It's just what your soak value is.
Oh,
your soak is your brawn plus whatever soak you get from your armor.
Oh, right. Sorry, I just saw soak value from my armor, so I was like...
What is your total soak value?
Total soak value is...
you just have your armor one written down?
4.
Okay, so it'll be 4 less than 10, so just 6.
6.
6
Just
rings.
6.
Just 6. From there will be 1 going at Flopsy.
That one does not have a setback die.
Oh. Your armor doesn't get... Didn't you guys get her better armor?
Yeah, I thought we did.
You guys, on their shopping trip, they got one.
We got
Yours was straight nothing, so they missed Flopsy.
Okay. Yeah, you have defense. Where's your...
The one going at Raiden should be the same. You have a point of defense, right? Is a miss, but they get to...
Fire, a miss.
Okay, but they have a triumph, so they get to do something good. They're going to upgrade the difficulty of your next check.
Oof.
So,
Ouch.
with their triumph, and then the one's going at your buddies. One at Skull. Skull doesn't have any ranks of defense. He's just got a good soak. There. Just 2 advantages on Skull. The dice could have been a lot meaner.
They do have a hard time hitting.
Oh yeah, he'll give a blue to this guy. And last one against your buddy, whose armor will give him a point of defense, and 3 advantages. Lots of advantage going around. So your buddy will also have some setback. And from there, it goes to Skull, I believe. Because he had one success. And you guys just had a shit ton of advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Skull will just blast at one of these guys, I guess. Or he's going to suffer some strain to do the bodyguard maneuver on you. So the attacks coming in are going to get upgraded twice. And he will blast at one of these guys. So it's going to be close range. And he's going to do this. Playing games with myself.
Could you pass me the Force Sensitive book?
You guys can.
Ah, there it is. I thought you had it.
No, it's been down here the whole time.
Okay.
How much soap these guys got? I mean, he doesn't get a ton of successes, but it is a lot of advantages in the triumph.
He shoots the alarm.
So, 10. He's not going to do enough to kill the guy, is he? His damage is going to be... he's going to be just shy. He blasts one up real good, and he's going to give... With that, he's going to give you a blue and you a blue on your next checks.
No, it's good.
Oh, good.
It's a good thing, yeah. And then it will be your buddy who's going to pull out the blaster pistol and use it. Against one of these guys. Which is 3 success, 1 advantage. So he pulls the blaster off your hip and shoots the one that Skull shot and finishes him off and kills him. And then he's going to run over to the door controls of the bigger double door.
That leads deeper in?
Yeah,
okay.
The one that there's kind of doors on either side that seem like they could lead deeper in, but he's going to the bigger of the two and just like kind of securing the. He's moving up there to hopefully make sure they don't lock him or whatever. And from there, it will be you.
With my 4 advantages, yay.
Did you add a blue to that?
I haven't.
Oh.
I haven't yet.
Okay.
Just make sure. Will.
I thought you meant you rolled 4 advantages.
No, my 4 advantages.
Oh, an initiative. Good enough for last place because the only person not getting any successes got 6 advantages.
And Flopsy's. Flopsy only got 2 advantages.
Oh, that's right.
So.
Flopsy's actually last.
So I will. What range is the sergeant for me?
They're all short range.
They're all short range. Okay.
It's pretty.
Then I'll auto fire at the. Aiming at the sergeant, which is being upgraded, so the one purple is going to red, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It'll be 2 purple because you're auto firing, and one of them will be red.
You're right. Yeah, you're right.
And he does not have any defense. No one in here has any defense, so you don't need to worry about that. They're all going to be the same difficulty of a shooting check.
So it's that. Actually,
excuse me. You're targeting the sergeant. Make that purple another red because he's got adversary 1. So he is going to upgrade
2 yellows, a green, 2 reds, and a blue.
So real back and forth.
This could be a difficult result to interpret. Mm-hmm. Let's put it that way.
Or it could be a very simple one.
Do I want to aim? Before I shoot, do I want to aim?
Use the aim maneuver.
I can either use a maneuver to stab myself with a stim pack, or to aim. Stim pack.
Okay.
I don't. If I had any more than 5.
Yeah, I'd been risky bit.
I would have. I would have done, but we're going for it.
Big roll. No aims.
Oh no.
What is it?
2 success, 4 advantages. When auto fire only costs 1, and I get 1 more for free because of the superior customization. So that will be 13 damage. That'll be 13 damage per hit. There's the 1 regular hit, and then 5 more hits. So let's hit.
5 more is literally every other enemy in the room, isn't it? Because one of the stormtroopers is already dead.
Yeah. So let's hit the sergeant twice.
Okay.
So there's 4 stormtroopers and a sergeant left.
Yeah.
So I'll hit the sergeant twice and all of the stormtroopers once.
Okay.
For 13 damage.
That will kill literally all of them. It'll be just enough to kill the sergeant.
And stab yourself with a stim pack.
Yeah. Jesus.
That means the officer's still alive.
It is. Yeah, it does.
That round is what this whole build
This
has been
whole-
designed for.
Dear God.
Nice.
Nah, stormtroopers, I don't think they're that tough.
And with
Dang.
that, I mean, this guy is going to surrender if
No,
you let him.
it's Flopsy's turn.
Oh yeah, Floppy's your turn. There's one guy up behind the desk.
That was cute to see.
He looks like he's going to surrender if he gets a chance.
We're just gonna go up to him with the gun and be like,
Give him the same tough guy shot.
If no one is immediately coup de grace the guy,
Yeah.
he is gonna like drop his blaster pistol. And
No,
be
coup de
like,
I'm gonna
Wrong
frisk
later.
him.
yeah,
I'm gonna frisk him and take his.
Check for
he's gonna
lightsaber.
comment on him.
Yeah.
Other than that, he doesn't have anything of.
is
Check
there
for
a
a
pair
back
of
pocket
handcuffs
lightsaber.
nearby?
Huh?
Is there any handcuffs on like any of the dead
Well,
stormtroopers?
you got a guy who's wearing half handcuffs right now.
Oh, I'm gonna take them off and put them on this guy.
Okay,
I'll take his comlink and like squish it.
smash it.
I would like to.
He's gonna be like,
I would like.
"What are you? What are you looking for here? Like, what are you doing here?"
I'll just. Do you want to just go ahead and access his
Yeah.
computer system and see
I'll
what you
just
can
try
find
to
out?
splice it.
Go for it.
So a computer's check.
None your business.
Password is none your business.
I'll tell the
Quarler's
officer that if he makes any loud noises, the big fluffy one's gonna tear both his arms off, tie him in a knot, and shove them both up his ass.
Go and give me a easy coercion.
Ask him for his password. I think that's easier.
It's sunshine.
One success, one advantage.
One success, one advantage. Okay. He's gonna be like, noted. Smell of brown. It is going to be an average computer's check.
Average. Can I ask the guy for his credentials?
He says that he's like, my code cylinder's already in the computer.
Oh.
I've already logged in for work.
Good thing it's 3 success, 1 throw.
On the computer,
success,
it's
one
like
throw.
Tetris.
Yeah. He's just been playing game. He was like,
He's got
let me,
solitaire.
yeah, he's just like, let me check the identity of this prisoner. And he's just like, moves a couple cards in solitaire. It all checks out.
You can see that, what you can tell is that, like, this system, it's easy to get inside of, but there's no access to the cells from this. It unlocks, from here, the only real access you have is to unlock either of the doors in this room.
Can you find out where the guy we're looking for is?
It
Or
seems
where,
like all cells are through the double doors to the side, that there's 2 blocks of inmates, and he is on the further of the 2.
Okay.
Okay.
Then
Each one has a total of 8 cells, so it's a total of 16.
I'll tell you
people
guys
locked up inside
to
of here.
get ready, and then I'll open the cell door.
2 of them are empty.
Where's
Well, can't open the cell door. You can open the double doors that lead to the cells.
Yes.
Where's your main security? Where are the security offices for the cell controls?
And he says, all cell controls are in that hallway where the cells are.
Does your credentials work on that?
No.
I take a cylinder.
You take the cylinder anyway. Okay.
We'll find out. Remember, arms.
I don't think they've given me clearance for that.
Let me give you another friendly warning. The manacles that you're wearing are explosive shackles. If you try to get out of them, they'll blow both your arms off. I've been a bounty hunter long enough that I don't fuck around. And I guess we're going to the door. It's not true. That was my one pair of regular shackles.
And I'm just gonna stand next to him, breathing very heavily.
But that's not the first time that I've told somebody that, just to get them to sit down and shut up.
The fucking hooligans. It was like, man, this might be a little tough. They got the drop on us. Oh, never mind, we'll kill them.
I can't. When I saw that roll, especially with the 2 reds,
Yeah.
where it's just like, they're all dead.
Oh no.
I just fired a machine gun in here.
Classic.
It was totally worth it using one of my upgrades from my class to decrease the cost of auto fire.
It's brutal. Okay.
Alright.
Alright, so you guys get the door open and move into here. Sorry, I didn't finish because you threatened it.
Yeah, sorry.
sodomized the man. The threat is, though, that it seems like some security alert has been tripped.
Okay.
You're not sure exactly what it is, but...
It's us.
Looking at it, seems like there's
We are the
multiple
security alert.
alerts in the log, however.
Oh, okay.
That, like, it seems like there is a recent one that is in the... the lockup compound sector. You can see another one. There's two more before it. One appears to be officers' quarters, and the other appears to be the hangar.
Yeah.
That there's been security alerts at both of those places as well.
My stuff! My car! It's all this one dude's... Like, he lights this dude's bed on fire, and then fucking blows up his car.
And that guy's the guy you have manacled sitting in here right now.
Worst day ever.
And you guys move into this hallway, and you can see that there is two more of these double doors with this kind of cylindrical locks, and in between a console. And there's no other...
Hop on the
There doesn't
console.
appear to be any security guards in here.
Another average? Or
This one is going to be daunting. This is a very tricky
four?
one. That's 4.
Oh, 4 failures, 2 threats, but a triumph.
But a triumph. You tell me that you... So, I'm going
set
to tell
off
you this.
all
It,
the alarms.
it doesn't open the doors,
Okay.
and it sets off all the alarms. But what is the triumph? These 2 doors are still sealed, but you have a triumph to think of a creative thing with this thing.
All the alarms go off. Like all of the alarms.
Like the whole... Whatever you did broke something, and it's every alarm into the whole...
So basically what you did is, like, you go in and, like, from this terminal, somehow, you've managed to fail miserably at accessing this. However, managed to access the, like, red alert security protocol inside of this machine that just, like, sends bells going up everywhere inside the facility.
This guy's bed's on fire! That car's on fire! There's a break-in in the prisoner wing, and apparently we're under attack!
It's like the... It's like the alert, like, where
Bells
the
come
facility is under attack.
Right.
Batten down the hatches, prepare for war. Kind of alert has gone out through the facility.
Well, I guess that didn't work.
Well,
Are there any stormtroopers in here?
Not in here.
Which one of these cells is the one that we need?
You can see there's these 2 double doors, and you know that you saw from the other one, they both go into like a hallway that has 4 cells set on either side of them, for a total of 16 cells, and you know the guy you're looking for is marked as being down in the left door, third cell on the left.
Okay.
I'll stick a demo charge on the door.
Okay?
That's why I brought them. We'll put demo charges on both doors.
Okay.
Let's get all these people out of here.
All right. These are pretty hardcore doors, so we're going to see how good they are. We'll do it this way.
I mean, I can always cut them open too. So
You might as well try this. I brought the explosives.
that's right. We already paid for them.
They already think they're under attack.
Yeah.
We might as well reinforce that with some...
They work. So they work, but you can they work very well. And it seems like probably 4 prisoners, the 2 in the cells closest, suffer the consequences of that.
Oh
Well, wasn't our guy.
Can't save them all.
They're just rebel scum. It's fine.
Hopefully it was nobody Quar knew.
Big explosions, and you can see those 2 cells have shrapnel through them, and you can see a couple people slumped dead in the corners of those rooms. One guy's alive, but kind of screaming in pain and holding his side in one of the rooms. And you move in.
Yeah.
Inside of here, there's a bunch of other cells. There's the 4 that didn't get blown open into seem like they are also locked.
Oh, okay.
But inside here, there is a console for each of them, as well as a console at the end of each hall.
I'll go down to the one at the end of the hall.
In the spot where the guy you want to get out is first, I assume.
Yeah.
It seems like there is like a unlock all option there, but you're gonna have to heck man to do it. It'll be a hard check.
2, 3. Hey, 2 success, 1 threat.
2 success, 1 threat. It seems to trip another specific security alarm here, but opens this and lets them out. Lets all the ones out in this
Gotta work on my hacker, man.
Better not be doing.
And you can see that, so there was six people left in here, 6 cells left in here, 5 were occupied, so you have 5 people released. One of which, walking out, you see is, looks like the other people here. But
I'm gonna go to the other one.
he comes up and Avit looks over and is like, Quor, you son of a bitch! And the Mandalorian
he's like, total core move.
He's like, classic Quor! You son of... You're crazy. I love you.
You prefer a shotgun or a rifle?
And Quor answers for you, he says, give him my scatter gun. As he said, and give me my belt.
We'll take the belt and the scatter gun off flops.
Because Quor's been using this as like big blaster pistol so far.
I let someone else remove it. Just like a little sudden.
Yeah. I look for a guy that looks like competent. Like,
it seems like everyone in here. There's one who looks shady, and a couple who look like warriors.
I'll throw one to the shady looking. I'll throw a pistol to the shady looking dude.
Skull will pull the 2 guns off his back and hand it to 2 of the competent looking guys.
We didn't pay for them. We didn't pay for these, right? And then
no, the Mandalorians were like...
Sounds right.
Yeah, the Mandalorians were like, you guys are going on a suicide mission? You want guns?
Yeah, we got so many guns.
From all the other guys that went on suicide missions, like all their guns, because obviously they had...
Because they all had like 5 guns.
Yes.
You only need like 3 guns for a suicide mission per guy.
And the guns of everybody they killed.
Yeah. We got a lot of guns. We don't got homes, but we got good guns.
We're going to use those guns to take
the
our homes
Mandalorian
back.
way.
Yes. Mandalorian way.
Okay, I'll go over to the other one and try to unlock it as well. Oh, 2 failures, 2 advantages.
2 failures, 2 advantages.
Yeah,
so, it locks. It doesn't seem like it. You don't trigger any alarms. Also, it seems like you've figured out by that like unlocking these other ones is easier than doing like the manual override lock for all of them. So you could at least try with the other guys, but it'll be like 1 each for each individual.
Okay, is it a medium or easy?
It's going to be easy with a setback.
Okay, easy with a setback. First one, failure.
Okay.
Next one, failure. Next one, success.
Okay.
Fourth
Last
one. 3 success, 1 threat, 1 triumph. I hack it so good it opens up the other ones.
You find your...
It sets off another alarm.
There's been too many alarms. There has to be something else.
Yeah.
Here's what happens.
Yeah.
So 2 of the ones you were unable to open. This one you're able to open and somehow trip an alarm that is like a kind of weird emergency protocol that vaporizes one of the other guys but unlocks the other guy's cell. There's like a kill order that you accidentally trigger in one guy's cell and you just hear a scream. But the other one you're able to manual like override from this console.
Why is that even an option?
It seems like that was an option for all these guys. So if you really jacked up on like the big console, you could have just vaporized everybody inside of these.
We've gotten most of these guys out.
Yeah.
There's 1 injured and 4 dead, but the rest are out. And you guys rushing back out to that main lobby. Nobody's made it inside of there yet. And there's a number of other blasters that the rest of these guys can pick up off of the stormtroopers.
There you go. I think that's mission accomplished. I'll look out the outside door. Is there like a bunch of like squads?
The door's
out there?
closed. There is. You can if you want to try and pass the security system to see if you can get like a camera feed of what's going on out front, you could certainly go ahead and roll me an average Heckerman check.
Average Heckerman. 1 success, 1 threat.
The success is you're able to do it. The threat is you can see that there's an Imperial presence outside that seems to not be pointed outward.
Gotcha.
You can see that there is what looks like some sort of like speeder tank, as well as a number of stormtroopers in positions around this front door who seem to be waiting for you guys to try and get out of
Do we have any demo charges left?
You used 2, and I think you asked for 3, right?
I think so.
So we'll say you have 1 demo charge left.
Wait, what did you use the second one on?
1 per
To
door.
get through both.
Both doors.
Seems like until you got like a big number, you can't tell from just the camera. It seems like there's a full retinue of soldiers out front.
But
here,
there isn't like a back
thing.
door out of here.
Doesn't seem like it.
I mean,
There's the other single door. You don't know where it leads.
I punched the guy in the arm. Where's that other door go?
He's kind of seems a little more smug, telling that you guys are like surrounded. He's gonna be like, simply to the officer, to our break quarters and lavatory.
What if I cut a hole in the wall in like the lavatory and we like bust through the other side?
I think the lavatory is an excellent opportunity to get rid of some of this guy's smugness.
we're like, we might die, but we're gonna give you a swirly first.
This was mostly a suicide mission. You don't seem to understand what that means.
Can I pull up like a map of the facility on this computer?
You can try. Okay, give me a hard computer check to see if that's something you can access from this door.
Oh, 1 success, 3 threat.
1 success, 3 threat. You can access it, and you can tell that he was not telling a lie. That there doesn't seem to be any other entry or exit to this place.
Next to the lavatory, like on the schematic, if I was to like demolition a hole, could we get like out an unexpected way? Like into like another part of the facility, or like out an unexpected exit? Like
you know what?
I'm asking you for like a
roll me a force die. Let's see if the force is on your side. How luck is today for you.
Meanwhile,
one dark side. You think that you could feasibly make a path big enough? There's a decent chunk of like wiring, and like you'd probably have to go through. It probably wouldn't be a demolition charge thing. It'd probably be a lightsaber thing. And you can tell by this that there would be a security system pick you up to. So it would be an option. There is a way to kind of get yourself a back door out of here, but you'd have to use your lightsaber and probably be seen doing so.
I mean, otherwise we got to fight our way out through a tank, so it's kind of up to you, I think.
Tank and pretty large retinue of soldiers.
I'll take one for the team.
I think. Okay, I want to take my regular manacles off of this officer.
Okay.
And put a pair of my actual explosive ones on there.
Okay.
And then I would like to strap my demo charge to him. And
Will's about to commit a war crime.
I've not the first time this campaign. Besides, they're Imperial scum.
That's true.
And he's being a smug asshole.
Even worse.
It's mostly that. And I'll have him accompany me to the outside door.
Okay. You guys go over towards the outside door.
And I get, and I'll, well, you.
Yeah, I'll work on carving.
You go through, and there is an officer's or like a break quarters and a lavatory. And going to that, you start carving your way at the lightsaber.
I'm not going to get this pair of explosive shackles back, so I'm going to mark them out of my inventory.
Well, I should say, because of my skills, it is an upgraded difficulty check to determine my identity.
It may be less you specifically and more like someone used a lightsaber on this planet.
Once, at least want everybody over in the sort of break quarters and lavatory section, so that way when the door opens, they don't just like start blasting and catch our prisoners in the crossfire. But I'm gonna buy everybody a little bit of time. Actually, because the stormtroopers have those like integrated ascension kits on their belts, don't they?
They do.
One I'd like to with so one of the dead stormtroopers, I'd like to spool that out.
Okay.
A short distance, and like loop it through the back of the officer's belt.
Okay.
And then essentially what I want to do is open the door, like open the front door, shove him out, close the front door, and pull that integrated ascension kit tight, so that way he's just stuck up against the door
with an explosive?
With a live explosive.
Okay.
And we'll let the Imperials sort that out.
Go ahead, and for doing this adeptly, quickly getting... I mean, you can set this all up, certainly. Give me a average coordination check to throw him out and close it quickly enough for this to happen. And go ahead and make one of those purples a red. Because I like...
Well, in that case, flip one of those, and I'll make one of these greens a yellow.
I'll flip another one to the dark side. I'll unflip them.
It's as though nothing has changed. But a lot has
the chance
changed.
of despair has happened.
It's just 2 failures. Wow, neither green showed up there.
Nah, bummer.
2 failures, but no despair.
Just 2 failures.
They're just... So you, like, go and, like, toss this guy... Try and toss this guy... And, like, as the doors open, there's immediate fire. So what's going to happen is both of you are going to have shots come at you. And depending on how those shots line up, it might trigger the charge.
Will I get any cover from the sort of frame of the door here, or
because you're having to throw him out? I mean, you don't really have any cover to throw because these are like double doors opening that you have to throw him out and close. For the sake of this, you roll me a force die and tell me what it is. Just determining kind of what.
One dark side.
One dark side, not two. So the tank doesn't shoot at you.
Oh, that's
just
nice.
this. So it'll be that at medium range. He does not have any points of defense, so we'll start with him. Interesting. And against you. Interesting. Okay. Oh, no, I didn't give you your rank of defense. Okay. So you you open the door, and immediately it's just like blasts come like raining in on this doorway, and this guy gets riddled with a bunch of blaster fire and slumps over dead in front of you. Luckily enough, he absorbs the blaster fire for you to where it seems like you don't get hit, but he does kind of like fall forward and out of the way of the door, and the Ascension kit piece gets blasted to where it falls off from around him. So you're not really able, and then like you immediately close the door again. It seems like you're not going to be able to have him pinned to the door. He's not going to really. His explosive is not going to really be an obstacle to them, but he absorbs the blaster fire for you.
You can watch the cameras that I pulled up to see.
These aren't like remote explosives necessarily.
Okay.
They're like timer explosives.
I see.
Did you set a timer on it, or it's just a bomb on him, so they'd have to deal with that?
It was just a bomb on him, so they'd have to deal with that. But I'll shoot these outside door controls, and then we'll follow everybody else.
Okay.
And then shoot the break room door controls as well.
Okay. Close doors, shoot them behind you, and with your entourage of Hellions, you use the lightsaber-created hole to make your way into a different hallway. From here, it's going to be like you guys are moving through a facility on high alert. It seems like this alert is literally like a full-fledged assault on the thing, so they're like trying to lock down tight. So what I'm going to have is I'm going to have each of you guys kind of doing some skill checks in order to maneuver through this successfully. So what I'd like...
Do we want to try and snag a shuttle or an armored transport or something?
What do you guys want to try and do? Do you want to go for one of the hangars?
You
want to go for the hangar? One of the lower hangars where like speeders and stuff would likely be?
Which would be closer? Are they about the same, or
probably about the same?
Let's go for speeder. Let's try and get something like an armored troop transport or something.
Okay.
So hopefully we can just blast out through the gate and cause a ruckus on our way out.
Fair enough.
Here's what I'm going to need.
Cause a ruckus.
I'm going to need a computers check.
Okay.
From one of you.
Disgusting.
From one of you.
I'm going to need a stealth from all of you.
Oh no.
Yeah.
And a survival from one of you.
Okay.
What's your? I can.
And you know what? I'm also going to need a leadership from one of you. And I'm going to make the
good
arbitrary decision that one of you has to do each of those checks.
Okay.
So leadership is going to be one of you, survival is going to be one of you, and computers is going to be one of you.
I guess I was.
And then the stealth from all.
Okay, so we all have to do stealth. Here's the.
So let's have you guys all roll stealth. Real quick.
Right. So
what stealth?
It'll just be average stealth.
1 success, 3 advantages.
just one advantage.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Yours. But you have 3 agility and no stealth. So you can't roll.
And this is just kind of representing, like, the survival is one of you guys kind of navigating. The computers is one of you guys actively getting through doors and stuff as you move through. And the leadership is one of you coordinating to make sure everybody moves with you and moves efficiently. Gotcha. So it has to, one person is doing each of those roles. If you'd like, Skull has a presence of 1 and no ranks, and he's happy to make the leadership.
So
come with me, or else!
With 3 success, 1 threat.
On your stealth?
On her stealth.
On her stealth. Okay, 3 success, 1 threat. And what was yours?
1 advantage.
1 advantage. Okay. Overall, decent stealth.
So we are going to be equally bad at the leadership. You're the only one with the stats for computers or leadership.
Right.
Either one of us will be exactly the same at survival.
And I'm not telling you how hard any of these checks are until you get...
Would you let me do coercion instead of leadership?
No. Not for this situation. Not for this situation. Because these guys...
I can't.
These guys can't really... You can't, like, rule through fear with these guys. They're already scared that they're going to die in this situation. Like, this isn't convincing them to follow your rules. This is coordinating people in an efficient way.
Well, if you want to do a survival check, I guess I'll do the leadership check.
You could always do computers. You've done it before.
It's the difficulty on the computers.
I'm not telling you the difficulty of any of the three until we for sure know what each person is doing. Is that it's leadership,
I'm just the baby.
Vigilance, and...
Flopsy's, Flopsy's the best, out of the three of them, Flopsy's going to be best at survival, because she has a rank of survival and has high cunning, which is like my same stat line for that one, so Flopsy should do the survival check, I think.
Okay. So leadership, survival, computers, or are you guys flipping on?
I don't necessarily
computers?
care, I guess, if we lose a couple of randos.
Fair enough.
So I guess I'll do the leadership.
Okay.
If you want to, it's more important, I think, to do the survival check than the computer checks well. So.
Okay. All right. It'll be average checks across the board. There will be a setback die on the computer's check though, because the alert is in place. So.
Oh, 2 failure.
Just 2 failure.
Look at that. Look at that.
Just
bullshit.
2 failures.
I will remind you guys that you do have Destiny points to spend, should you want to.
Spend it.
Just 2 failure. Well, no, you can't spend it now.
Alright, and then Jocelyn, you have how much cunning?
3. And 1 rank of survival. That's as straight a roll as I've ever seen. 2 purple and 2 green.
There you go. Let's see it. Leadership.
1 threat.
Okay. Jocelyn, this one's yours.
Survival. Just average.
Survival is 3 success, 2 threat, and a triumph.
3 success, 2 threat, and a triumph. So here's what it is. Flopsy takes charge. You get to the first computer, struggle to hack through it, have to try and find a different way around, and while you're doing that, like, Flopsy was over your shoulder when you had the schematic up, and someone's like, no, not even the schematic. Flopsy, you have a moment where you feel the right path. You feel the right path inside you, as if the force itself is guiding you. And you take these guys on a somewhat convoluted and long route, but one that seems to avoid the security checks that he's having to make. And yours was just threat, right? Mm-hmm. And it seems like some people are straggling behind. There's some, like, you guys do have to, like, you encounter some fights along the way, and, like, people get lost and left behind. But Flopsy takes charge and gets you guys to a hangar effectively, but 5 of your guys' randos die or get locked behind a door as part of this escape. A lot of the people who came with you. No despair, so you don't lose anybody named or important, but a lot of the people you guys saved by proxy die or get left behind and are dead or worse at this point.
They'll be fine.
But you make it to a hangar. And inside the hangar you can... go ahead and someone roll me a yellow and a red to see how lucky you are with what's been used and brought forth.
Maybe Jocelyn should be one.
There you go.
Let's just see what your luck looks like today.
1 advantage.
1 advantage. There are no, like, heavy armored troop transports, but there's, like, 2 transports that would, like, conceal who you guys are inside of them. Okay. That would, between the 2, you could fit it.
We'll put the randos in 1 and the named characters in the other.
And with that, you guys are trying to just jet out of this hangar and move on. So, who's driving each of the vehicles? You're driving one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Skull should probably drive.
What's Skull's piloting?
Well, Skull is that's one of
he
his things is that
in
he's like a bodyguard, like VIP. He's like a bodyguard protection detail driver.
Oh, okay.
He's not as agile as you, but he has 2 ranks in planetary piloting, and he. No, that one. Yeah, so he's going to be 2 yellows and a green.
Yeah, as opposed to my 1 yellow.
There's an inner voice in me that's saying, "Let
So,
the 12-year-old drive."
It's about the same, yeah.
So he can go ahead and drive.
6-1 after this.
Unless you want him to drive the random. Most of the randos who are still there are like Mandalorian.
Oh.
So they would probably
Okay,
go back
I'll
with you
drive
guys.
the other one, yeah.
You'll drive the randos,
Yeah,
and he'll
I'll
drive
drive
the named characters.
Yes.
Okay.
I guess I'll Stick with the kid.
Okay.
Skull is being given direct orders to make sure his transport and the people in it make it.
Roger.
Oh no!
And he hops in and he's flooring it out of here first. He wants to take no's. Name characters. Sorry, you're in the
robot's hands.
in the batter bus.
So people might throw up or get some broken limbs along the way, but
they'll make it out
alive.
So now the two people driving, I'm going to have both make some piloting planetary checks because driving out here, like, you have no orders to be doing this from Stormtrooper HQ, and so like as you start blasting through checkpoints, there's going to be a response to that. I will let one person in each vehicle also make a combat check of their choice, as these do have like windows. It has to be like a ranged one to try and assist in this process. So we'll say
probably the
because there's one of each of you. Well, I'm going to make Flopsy make it just so it's one of you guys making a roll.
Fair enough.
So you can make what's going to be for you basically just an average agility roll.
Okay.
So
we'll start
not
with
for you. So we'll have Flopsy make her average agility roll.
Yeah.
And we will have Raiden make ranged heavy check.
Okay.
Average
for both of you guys. Just for your assistant on this.
2 failure, but 2 advantage.
Okay. Oh, go ahead.
1 success, 1 advantage, 1 triumph.
All right. So the front car is doing more distracting than killing with their gunfire. The back car, the randos and Raiden are like, because you guys are all like lining the doors, like nailing headshots on people as you guys go. Like the front bus is very much the battering ram, and the back one is the armed escort who's firing. And then I want some.
I like these guys.
Average piloting planetary from both of you guys.
1 success, 3 advantage.
1 success, 3 advantage. You are perfectly following behind Skull and doing a great job of like keeping in his path. With 3 success and a threat, Skull is making a very efficient path, much to the chagrin of the people in the car with him. The front car's having a hard time with fire support because he's not looking for the weak point in the fence. He's making a weak point in the fence with this speeder, and it is going to be in a rough shape.
He doesn't swerve around the guy in the road. He hits the guy.
He makes the guy a stain in the road, but this thing is battering through. And I would like everybody to roll me an average perception check.
Okay. Perception is just.
Is it TIE fighters? My guess is it's TIE fighters.
1, 2, 3.
2 success. We'll find out.
Okay.
2 success, 2 threat, and then your.
No, it's definitely TIE fighters.
Okay.
And Flopsy, go ahead and add a red to that.
Add a red?
Yeah.
Ooh,
well, no, replace the purple.
Yeah, replace the purple.
Replace the purple with the red.
Yeah. All right. 2 success, 1 advantage.
2 success, 1 advantage.
You wasted
Flopsy continues to be too good for the rest of the group.
The rest of the group doesn't deserve you. But for your insolence pointing at me. I mean, this was already decided. The threat adds something. The non-threat from no despair means this is good. But what you can tell is that there is a TIE fighter that is trailing you guys. You can also all see that there is an Imperial Star Destroyer in orbit around the planet that seems to have jumped here in response to this alarm. Driving through here, though, there is this type of... these transports have... you know what? Let's find out what kind of transports these are.
We do have a bunch of heavy blaster rifles, so it's not like it's...
It's still a TIE fighter, though.
I guess that's true. If only Flopsy could punch it.
I know.
Yeah, these are just transports. They do not have turrets or anything on the top of them. But there's a TIE fighter that seems to be kind of trying to trail behind you guys and fire down on you. I'm going to need another check. And this is kind of you guys busting out of the facility. This thing comes flying over the top and begins to light up the road where you guys are moving. I want a piloting planetary average with a setback die now. From both the people doing those.
That's 5 success, 2 threat, and a triumph.
Here's what we're going to say. 5 success, 2 threat, and a triumph. Well, you know, Skull just gets a success. Nothing added to it. So he is just keeping the course flying ahead. What does that mean? You tell me.
So like the TIE fighter's having to like kind of, because it's like an urban sort of environment, it's having to like maneuver and like get close to us to make any kind of shots. And I like see like a street light pole.
Okay.
That I like clip with the back of the car. Like I do like almost like a Tokyo drift, like a little skip hop, and I hit it with the back of the car, and it falls over and hits like the wing of the TIE fighter.
Okay, so this thing's hovering right behind you, and you kind of do a little side swipe to knock this like power pole over right as this thing's coming in. I will give him a chance to avoid it with his piloting, which will be this, and we'll make it...
I'm going to upgrade.
Okay. That is 2 failures, but an advantage.
He survived.
He survives. Yeah. So this clips the wing, and the thing kind of and it kind of crashes and rolls. It seems. Yeah. Well, he doesn't make it out. It crashes and spins and it seems like it kind of hits and drags along the ground. It doesn't like explode, but he can't fly after you guys anymore. As you guys barrel through the streets, and it seems like for the time being, at least, that you guys have made it out of the compound and have a second to breathe. You think that these things are probably hot and probably have Imperial trackers on them, so ditching them sooner rather than later is a good call.
We just drive right to the Mandalorian hideout like, hey guys!
Open the garage!
We got y'all some new cars! And you guys bail out and start moving away from this and towards... at this point... Quar is probably going to kind of take the lead, take point and be like, because he just knows where the nearest way into their kind of undercroft is, and has you guys all follow him. And with your previous rolls, you guys have enough time that he's able to lead you to that, and you guys are going to be able to go down and away from this and get into this undercroft area.
Well, no honorable death today, Quar.
And he says, yeah, but that whole bomb strap situation was freaking hilarious. I wish it worked out. I think, depending on if any of us get off of this planet, I might be able to help track a guy down or two for you. But first, we gotta get you some armor. He punches you in the shoulder.
Yeah, no shit.
Ow!
I've been shot a lot recently.
And you guys will kind of maneuver through this for a little ways and get back down into the Mandalorian undercroft.
Rad. We did it.
You guys have done it?
Let me see.
Brought back some Mandalorians, too.
I think that was rad. I'm like, fucking killing dude.
Killing is
blowing
great.
shit up. I'm like, this was
Let's see
rad.
what...
Oh, interesting.
I mean, you had a moment where you really took charge of these scumbags, and they, they don't all know you're a 7-year-old, so they kind of responded to you as if you were an adult taking charge.
I'm not just the baby.
I'm not the baby. And you guys make it in here. We're going to keep going for a little bit longer. We don't need to end this one just yet. Although that's kind of a good point to stop. I'd like to carry it over just a little longer. You guys make it back in. Everyone's very happy that all the named Mandalorians have made it back.
And a few of the unnamed Mandalorians.
They're like, Joe, no.
There's a couple of unnamed ones who seem to be able to quickly join the ranks down here, and some who didn't make it this far. But hey, what can you do? But with Ivet Beck saved, they are going to be able to fire the forge up, and.
You're back from your stint in prison. Back to work.
Back to work. I mean, he owes him as well as a couple others owe their lives to you guys collectively.
If that's not reason enough to let you keep that armor, I don't know what is.
Okay, interesting.
I'd say I'm virtually a Mandalorian now.
There we go.
I like these people.
This is your kind of people.
Suicide missions and explosions. I like these guys.
And this guy's going to, in return for what you've done, I mean, they kind of want to lay low for little whiles anyway. He is going to reforge this armor. He asks that if there's any excess you're not using, that they're able to melt it down to help.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I'm
stuff. Because I wasn't even really planning on a helmet, so it's probably just going to be like legs, chest, and left arm.
Okay.
Because I want to leave like the right arm bear.
Okay. So there's at least some left where you can use to help.
And get my integrated ascension kit.
Integrated?
He
does. He says, though, that the previous guy did have the integrated flamethrower on his. Do you want to keep that?
That's going to take up a heart point.
Maybe 2. I don't know what that one...
You have to look up the stats on how rad a flamethrower is.
I'm pretty sure he tried to set me on fire with that flamethrower.
I think he did set Flopsy on fire with
Yeah.
it. She just didn't care because she's thick as full.
Not just a baby.
Not just a baby.
I think at the moment...
The killer.
Because I really want
I'm not a killer.
Because I really want the superior customization to push its soak up one higher. And I want the same quasi-legal armor upgrade that I gave to Skull.
That you'll pass on that?
So I think I'm going to pass on the flamethrower.
Basically, he's like, if you're wanting to keep one-armed bear, I can either do your integrated ascension kit or keep the flamethrower that it has.
I'll do the integrated ascension kit.
Okay.
It's coming useful for
Seems
catching
practical.
scumbags in the back in the past. Besides, I'm sure somebody around here can get real good use out of it.
Someone will get great use out of that. And he will craft, and he'll kind of like make sure it's fitted well to you and stuff. And he also can paint it for you if you'd like.
I don't know what color. Because it was kind of like dark gray and blue, right?
Turquoise.
It was originally, but like as it's melted down and stuff, the blue's going to come off because the blue was just paint. So it's just going to go down to being like Beskar dark steel color. So
I'm not that stylish.
So it's the world
Green.
is your oyster.
I mean, part of me wants to just go for the like black and red or dark gray and red look. It's kind of a classic.
You could just like basically where it was blue before, paint it red.
Yeah, so like dark gray and
The kind of dark metallic gray and red detailing.
Yeah,
like a bright or a dark or
dark red,
like a dark kind of crimson red.
Yeah, and then never retouch the paint, so it ends up getting just like worn
because of course. Yeah. And he does say that also, like, if at any point you are to hunt a particularly or survive and kill a particularly potent creature and successfully do so, that there is the chance of coming and getting like an adornment, and that's kind of a rite of passage. They're like basically honorarily inducting you into the Mandalorian Order as part of them making this armor for you. They're like, they've accepted that you seem to adhere to their principles well enough.
Guns are my religion too.
And if you successfully complete a like big hunt, then you can more or less start your own Mandalorian clan. Similar to like the Mandalorian having like the Mudhorn put on his pauldron, like you could have a symbol and have a clan that would arise because of that.
Cool.
That will require a hunt and bring back proof of that.
Rad.
With your newfound armor.
Which, statistically, all it's doing is giving me a bunch more hard points and boosting my soak by 1. Because I believe it should be statistically identical to heavy battle armor.
I believe it's 2 soak, 1 armor.
Yeah.
With Mandalorian armor. It just has like 5 or 6 hard points. They're super customizable.
Yeah. Which is probably going to be my next order of business. Could this Armsmith do the superior customization? Could I pay him for that while we're here, or
give me a negotiation? An average negotiation.
Negotiation, my worst name. It's one of many roles that I'm bad at. Average negotiation, you said?
Yep.
1 failure, 1 advantage.
He will do it, but you'll have to pay for it.
That's totally fine. I will pay the 5,000 for superior armor customization.
You will have superior Mandalorian armor with an integrated decision.
Soak will go up by 1 more. And I know a guy who can do the Cortosis weave, so...
I'm sure he'll be ecstatic to see you come back.
No, probably not, but I think he'll do it. Okay. I'm feeling
Get
good.
it
You're
out.
juiced. During this, it takes a little bit, obviously a day or two for this to happen. You guys kind of stay hidden out. 2 things of note. During this next day and a half or so of hiding out while this guy crafts this stuff for you. We'll call it 2 days. 2 things of note. One of these Mandalorian kind of runners comes down at one point and says that the Imperial Star Destroyer is not leaving. 2 more have shown up and they're blockading the planet. And 2, Zadra never shows up.
That's what I figured you were about to say.
And with that is where we will call this episode of our combined Star Wars RPG game. And we will see you all in the next one.